What's? Oh wait, Ryan. He in
Hold on,
therapy.
hold on. Hold on.
Are you okay? What's
Yeah, I
wrong?
am.
What's wrong?
Okay,
What's wrong?
he needs to catch his breath.
I never seen this happen. Wait, Dr. Spirit, what's
Did I
wait?
do something wrong?
I don't know. I think my man's is triggered. He about to go.
Well, why wouldn't he stay though if he's triggered?
Ah,
And what makes you assume automatically that because he steps away and
because
removes himself that he might be triggered?
I've never saw that happen.
Mm.
So
Man,
why you can
no, so had to just get a breath real quick. So shout out to Lominique. Shout out to Lominique, Missouri. That's actually my sister. It's my sister's sister. My sister's blood sister. Just sent over this super chat, which is crazy. Shout out to Lominique. She says, "Thank you, Dr. Spirit. That answer helped me with battling with believing in marriage, or that I am not my parents, because I can't even read that. You read that real quick. I gotta catch my breath real quick. It's kind of crazy."
Thank you, Dr. Spirit. That answer helped me with battling with believing in marriage, or that I am not my parents, because in total I can from multiple divorce. And I am now prolonging my engagement because of that fear of
Ooh.
divorce.
Let me
She
tell you
came
something.
from multiple divorces. And so she recognizes that she won't take the step into marriage
Yeah.
because of all of the trauma that she is holding in her body and in her mind.
So Lominique, send us an email. Send us an email. I don't want to get my personal phone number out online, but email me your contact info at harleyinitiated.com. I haven't spoke to Lominique in years.
So she's your biological sister?
No, that's my sister's biological sister.
Okay.
Yeah, my sister's 28. So first off, Lominique done been through some shit, because we all done been through a lot of stuff. And her father is my stepfather.
Okay.
And her father and my mom had a tumultuous relationship coming up.
So that's your stepsister.
That's my stepsister. Right.
Okay, that makes sense.
Now it's my sister's
biological
sister.
Mm-hmm.
So my sister been through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, about a year ago, I had a conversation with my sister where she just revealed, I mean, we lived in the same household, but we had completely different experiences.
Of course.
And it's things that have sat on my sister from being around. She was a little bit younger. I was about, 6 to 13 when, my mom was dealing with my stepfather at the time. My sister was, from birth to about 6 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the things that my sister shared with me were, I mean, I just didn't know. Yeah. I just didn't know she had all these things going on. So
most people have no idea how to plan a date that builds connection. With 100 engaging dating cards, skip the small talk and get straight to the real conversation. Let's take the dating game to the next level. Click the link in the description and use discount code CLIPS for 10% off.
And my sister got a lot of stuff going on. So just emotionally, considering that I'm sure she had not talked to Lominique in years. I haven't talked to her in years, haven't even thought about it, but probably because all of the stuff we dealt with in the past.
Absolutely.
And my sister now, she has these ideas, which I'm sure is very similar to Lominique, that relationships, she hasn't explicitly stated this, but I know my sister's philosophy in relationships,
which is
she don't mess with them.
Yeah.
She don't do them.
Yeah.
She doesn't bring guys around like that. She doesn't bring anybody around like that.
Yeah.
And after speaking to her about a year ago, I started to understand why that might be. And with Lominique sending over this super chat, which is so crazy, the show just brings us into all kind of stuff.
It does.
What did it touch in you? And I promise not to. Well, no, I don't. But I won't therapeuze you too much. But what did it bring up in you that literally took your breath away?
It still is now. Is I know my sister thinks the way she thinks because of how we grew up.
Of course.
And I know that the reason she says certain things like, I don't want to have kids, or like, the way she is because of the way we grew up. So it just really makes me frustrated and angry that my sister has to deal with these things, and it's nothing that I can really do. And when I think about, how she operates in general, it really makes me upset. And it's a lot of things that I share online
Mm-hmm.
that I would really want for my sister.
Well, and what I would say is that your sister is not the only person who's dealing with these things.
Right.
You are too,
Right.
right? Because you can't have one without the other. We are all interconnected. And if your audience doesn't learn anything else tonight, I think that that is the most valuable lesson, which is that everything you have ever experienced in your life, whether directly or indirectly, is impacting how you are showing up at this very moment. That life is developmental. Even the things that you cannot remember, ages 0 to 5, still impact the way that you see the world, because everything that you've experienced has taught you whether you can trust or not trust, whether you are safe or unsafe, whether you are loved and can show love. To what level can I be vulnerable in this life and still feel safe? Is the ultimate challenge that we are all trying to experience in every single relationship that we have.
Dr. Spirit is so crazy because I'm just thinking about so much right now.
Yeah.
My body is just unsteady. I can't even remember the last time I even thought about that relationship that my mom was in. But even when I think about Lamani, even I think about her name, because, that's my sister's last name, Missouri, I just think about so many things. But one of the things that I don't know if people really realize, like when you try to bring these families together, because he brought his kids to the relationship, my mom brought us to the relationship. It's beef and resentment and frustration that's created that has nothing to do with the actual kids.
Yeah.
But I could just remember, I'm even thinking now, like, damn, why? I know my sister had these issues with her father, and I had issues as well. But I'm thinking now, why don't we talk to them? Why don't we talk to the kids?
Yep.
They didn't have nothing to do with the situation.
Yeah.
And I can imagine if I was to tell my sister what happened tonight, she might just bust out and start crying.
Yeah.
That's not even something she want to think about.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, she might get upset if I bring her the bring of her sister.
But she might get upset because she's overwhelmed because of all the complicated, complex, intense emotions that are in there that she's learned how to compartmentalize and lock away for her own survival. Because to have to touch any of it would be overwhelming. And most of us are just trying to get through today. We can't unpack everything that's happened. We don't want to touch it. We don't got time. We're too stressed out just trying to make it through the now. But if we don't, it is still poisoning us. It is still impacting us. That's why you're having a physiological response right now, because
I'm very embarrassed about this right now.
You don't have to be embarrassed. You are human. So what's happening is you got a shot of adrenaline in your body. Your nervous system has become activated. So that fight, flight, or freeze is happening. This is a biological thing that happens in order for you to determine whether or not you are safe. So the only thing that I want you to do is take a deep breath. No, I'm serious. And the reason for that is because when you are activated, when your fight or flight is activated, you literally cannot breathe and take a deep breath if there is actual danger present. So you being able to take slow, controlled, deep breaths tells your body that there is no threat here, and it will start to calm itself down. But it's going to take a few minutes because you literally have these hormones flowing through your bloodstream right now. It has accelerated how fast you think. Your heart is racing. Your pupils are dilated. Your blood pressure is up. You are beginning to sweat. All of these things are normal things that you may not even recognize that go along with the emotional experiences that we have. It's very real. It's very real. And all of this is locked in you. All of this is locked in your sister, in your stepsister, in your family dynamic. And it's being passed down if you choose to have children or not. And it's spread out across all of your relationships, even the relationships you have and don't have with each other, because there's so much pain to have to unpack. And so instead, we just build walls and containers with lids and tops and screws and staples and whatever it is in order to pack those things away, thinking that it doesn't affect us when it really is killing us slowly.